You know when a fighter reaches that point where every move feels bigger than just another fight? Yeah, that's exactly where Alex Pereira is right now. The guy's already conquered everything people said he couldn't. Middleweight? Done. Light heavyweight? Done again. 2 belts, 2 divisions, countless knockouts that made fans lose their minds. So, what's next for a man like that? Well, let's just say Alex isn't done shocking the world yet. After his last fight, everyone expected the same old story. He'd call out the current heavyweight champ, go for another title, make history once again. But nope. Alex did something nobody saw coming. He looked past the belt, past the rankings, and straight toward a legend. See, there's this unspoken rule in combat sports: most fighters chase the title. But every now and then, a rare few chase legacy. And Alex Pereira? He's clearly thinking legacy. In his post-fight interview, fans were waiting for that name, Tom Aspinall. The young British champion, fast, technical, the future of the heavyweight division. Everyone thought Alex would call him out. But instead, Pereira dropped a different name. A name that made the entire MMA world stop for a second. He said, Jon Jones. Yeah, that Jon Jones. The greatest of all time. The legend. The man people say no one really beats, you just survive him. And here's the wild part. Alex didn't challenge Jones for attention. He genuinely wants that fight, and he actually explained why. But before we get to that, think about what this means. Pereira, a 38-year-old knockout artist who started in kickboxing, now wants to step into the cage with one of the smartest, most dangerous fighters ever. That's not just ambition, that's pure warrior spirit. So when everyone started asking, why Jones? Why not Aspinall, Alex finally opened up. He said he's been thinking about fighting at heavyweight for a long time. Sometimes he felt ready, sometimes not. But now, at 38, he believes the time is perfect. And then he said something that really makes you understand his mindset. According to Alex, both he and Jon Jones are at a point in their careers where, no matter who wins, nobody really loses. Because think about it. You've got 2 massive names. 2 champions. 2 living legends. If one loses, the legacy doesn't fade. It just becomes part of an epic chapter in MMA history. And Alex is completely fine with that. He's not chasing an easy win or a guaranteed belt. He's chasing the kind of fight people talk about for decades. In his own words, I've always talked about fighting at heavyweight. Sometimes I wanted it, sometimes I didn't. But now, at 38, I'm thinking about my career, and I feel like this is the fight that has to happen. Even Jon Jones said something similar in an interview. We're both thinking the same way: if I lose, if he loses, nobody really loses. That's the mindset of a man who's not afraid of risk, because he already proved everything he needed to. And honestly, that's what makes Alex different. Most fighters dream of titles. Alex dreams of moments. Moments that outlive the belts. Now, whether this fight actually happens or not, that's another story. Jon Jones still has his comeback to deal with, and the UFC always plays the long game. But one thing's for sure. Alex Pereira isn't waiting for opportunities. He's creating them. And if the UFC ever decides to make Pereira versus Jon Jones happen, man, that might just be one of the biggest, most legendary fights the sport has ever seen. So remember this moment, because when it happens, you'll know where it all started. With a Brazilian legend looking straight into the eyes of another, and saying, let's find out who really is the king.